Hey, Leland. Well, the show will go on, and despite a tumultuous week of sponsor pullouts and protests, the controversial Shakespeare in the Park production of Julius Caesar will give its final two performances this weekend. Last night, the bigger performances happened off stage as two protesters denounced the production. Well, two protesters were arrested, their rants temporarily stopping the show in Central Park. One woman stormed the stage saying, "Stop the normalization of violence against the right." Another man shouted, "This is violence against Donald Trump." Audience members reportedly booed the disruptions. Now, the Public Theater's production of Shakespeare's 400-year-old play is set in modern times, with the main character depicted as a Donald Trump-like leader who was assassinated by his closest advisors.
They obviously played pretty hard on what's happening with Trump at the moment, and it was very amusing.
The actor himself looks as if with Trump. There were some scenes with his hand gestures or tweets. He was like on his phone at times.
The Public Theater's website saying the play does not advocate violence and is a cautionary tale about not using undemocratic means to defend democracy. And earlier this week, the director reiterated the theater's disclaimer while defending creative license. Director Oscar Eustace said, anybody who watches this play tonight, and I'm sorry about, the spoiler, but they will know that neither Shakespeare nor the Public Theater could possibly advocate violence to a solution to a political problems, and certainly not assassination. And, despite the disclaimers, though, Leland, critics say that the play's creators doth protest too much, and this production only adds to a growing tide of ideological anger. Leland.
Lauren, I know you saw this play recently. I'm interested. Did you get that this was an interpretation? Was this clearly meant to make a political point? Where's this fall on the spectrum?
Well, I think clearly they were playing to a very liberal audience, and there was no doubt when the first character, when the Julius Caesar character came out on stage, that this was Donald Trump. No doubt about it. But the one thing that I thought was a little bit overblown is that they had probably 50 or 60 young people as protesters coming up on stage, and it mirrored really similar protests we saw after the election of Donald Trump. This was almost an entire mirror of what happened after that. So clearly, this was a political kind of statement they were making about the election of Donald Trump.
And all right, we'll see where it goes from there. Protests have been as old as art itself. Appreciate your time. Thanks, Lauren.